Hey, what's up, guys? So today we're doing something a little bit different. I'm on site here. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning or so, and I am on site at a fast food restaurant. And what we're doing today is replacing a filter pump on a Henny Penny Evolution fryer. It's a little bit different than what I normally show you, so I'm going to try to get as much on film as I can and let you guys see how awesome and fun and gross it is to change out filter pumps on fryers. All right, so stick around, guys. I'll see you inside. Alright guys, so what we're doing today is we're going to be replacing this fryer pump motor. So my first thing is, I have it powered down, of course. What I'm going to do is disconnect this fitting, and then right back there, way in the back, I need to disconnect that fitting. Then I think we can take this entire assembly and drop it right down below and pull it out the front. So right here, we're going to remove this control box that hides the ignition modules for this unit. And once we get these bolts off, we can move this box out of the way and gain access to the fitting at the back side of this pump. Without removing this box, you can't really take that fitting apart very easily. See guys, these fryer pumps, changing out these fryer pumps, working on these fryers. That's why I wear long sleeves. That nut right there is what we need to get to. Now, most of the time, this box sort of sticks a little bit due to grease buildup on the threads, a little bit of grease buildup on the back side of this box. So you got to wiggle it, pry it loose a little bit, but eventually it comes loose. There we go. Okay. Now we're free enough to reach this fitting back here. Alright, so our pump is almost out. Just got to disconnect our electrical, and then we'll be able to drop it down. Now right here I'm removing the cotter pins that are holding two of the mounting pins that go through the bottom of this filter pump motor mount. However, I did do this out of sequence. What I should have done first was remove that other control box that is directly above these motor mount pins. And then I should have unwired the motor before removing the motor mount brackets and pins and attempting to drop that motor. As you'll see, it didn't really work out well doing it the way that I did it in this video. Alright, so to get to the wiring, I had to move this so I can unwire it. So hindsight being 20/20, next time before I pull those pins out, I'm going to unwire it because it's harder to do when it's flopping around like it is. Alright guys, we got this old one out. I'm going to unbolt it, slap the new one on the mount, put these fittings back in to the new one, and then we'll get her back in place here. A quick warning guys, these fittings that I'm removing, sometimes they don't want to come out. Sometimes you'll have to heat the pump up with your torch to get them out. Sometimes they get destroyed in the process of getting them out. So if at all possible, I try to keep either some of these fittings on hand or I'll order them along with a new motor. They're maybe $15 to $20 a piece. So it doesn't hurt to have them on hand in case you can't get them out. You don't leave the customer without a pump. So much grease on here. There we go. And that, guys, is the reason to wear gloves when you're doing this, or really any fryer work. Always wear gloves. reason I put plumber's tape on these is to keep grease off of the threads, so when I come back to replace this again, this motor will go bad, these fittings will be a little easier to get out. That's why. Alright, so we have our oil fittings back on there. Now let's reinstall it. These cotter pins don't want to go in. There we go. Now, as I'm wiring this back up, let me just remind you, when you quote a job like this, also include a little bit of time to clean up after yourself. For example, it took me maybe 15, 20, 25 minutes or whatever to clean all my tools of all the grease and everything when I was done. So I'll include that as part of the job, obviously. I'll bring in some of the grate wipes and I'll clean everything up. I'll wipe the fryer down, wipe all my tools down, get everything back the way it was before I got there. Alright guys, here's our old motor right over here. Got our brand new motor installed, wired up. We're going to heat this thing up and see if it actually works now. Alright guys, so when this motor failed, what I did is I changed one of the settings that automatically filters this. I changed it to 85 loads, so we're going to change that back. looking for filter after. Over here, filter after, 85 loads. I'm going to just adjust that down until we get to 20. There we go. Let's make sure it's saved. There we go. Good. Good. Pretty easy. Alright guys, quick recap here. I just had to pull across the street and get some gas, so I figured I'd take a second and recap everything with you. So, I hope you enjoy that video. As you can tell, anytime you do one of those filter pumps, always wear black gloves, because there is grease in places grease should never be. And if you don't wear black gloves, you're going to have grease in places you probably don't want it to be. And in case you didn't catch it on film there, that's the reason why I wear long sleeves all the time. I used to do a lot of fryers a long time ago. And one day I decided I was just tired of getting grease in my arm hair and all over myself. So I just started wearing long sleeve shirts, and I guess I never went back. So just a tip there, if you guys do have to do one of these filter pumps, maybe throw on an old shirt or just something, because they are messy. You're just gonna lay in grease, you're gonna be touching grease. It's just super gross. All right guys, well, I'm gonna wrap this up and get out of here. I hope you enjoyed that video. Go ahead and like and subscribe for me, and I will see you on the next one, all right?